Greetings, my lovable weirdos, and welcome to a special Halloween episode of Transformation Thursdays. Oh, it's Camille. Camille. Good girl. This is Bones. She's a bit too big to lift up. She's a Shetland sheepdog, and she's sitting here with me today because it's about to storm outside, and storms terrify her. If you guys watched this week's Tinker Tuesday episode, you would have seen how I went about creating my zombie prosthetics. So today, we're gonna try to apply those prosthetics and create a zombie makeup around that. Now this look was suggested by Mag, who you saw in the fourth and final episode of 4 Things with Tilly. A couple of videos back, she commented and said that she would like to see me try a zombie makeup. So let's just jump straight into this. As always, I'm not a professional and I'm learning as I go. Basically, I make the mistakes so that you don't have to. And I learned quite a bit on this application. Before we start, make sure to do a spot test with the liquid latex, because you don't want to find out that you're allergic to latex when you have this prosthetic already on your face. Alright, start with a clean face. Decide where you want to place your large prosthetic. Then, take a pair of scissors and trim your edges if you have to. Here's the first thing I learned. I could have trimmed off more of my edges. Having that large an edge made blending this in a lot harder later. Next, take your Pros-Aide or whatever makeup adhesive you have and apply it to your prosthetic, as well as the area of your body where you're going to apply the prosthetic. Hydrate, pet a dog, and wait for the Pros-Aide to become clear and tacky. Lesson number 2. It's easier to apply a prosthetic this large if you have some help. Otherwise, you may end up with folded over edges and air bubbles under your prosthetic. Which leads to lesson number 3. Air bubbles under your prosthetic will cause it to lift from your skin later. It's a pain in the butt. Wait for the Pros-Aide to dry. Start blending in your prosthetic with a foundation that matches your skin. Unfortunately, this pretty edge didn't last long. 2 words: air bubbles. Once you've blended in your prosthetic, apply foundation to the rest of your face. I attempted to make my prosthetic look more skin-like by layering different skin tones. This would have worked better with makeup pigments, but I'm working with what I got. Add a few drops of isopropyl alcohol to some pigment and mix it all up on a makeup palette. Then, I took a stiff bristle brush and flicked the liquid mixture onto my prosthetics. Next, I took the yellow from my bruised SFX color wheel and colored in where I thought exposed ligaments or fatty tissue might be. Taking the red from the same color wheel, I filled in the rest of the prosthetics. layered a darker maroon over that so the prosthetics wouldn't look so flat. Then, taking the black from the same color wheel, I apply that to the deeper crevices of the prosthetics. Keep adding and blending these 4 colors from the color wheel until you're happy with the inside of your prosthetic. Because I want to be a relatively fresh zombie, I created the sunken look of my skull with a contour instead of more prosthetics. I found that using reference pictures of skulls and other zombie makeup was really helpful for this. If you make a mistake by bringing the contour too far in, just fix it with some foundation. I tried to add more dimension to the sunken parts of my skull by blending in the shade Nooner from my Urban Decay Naked palette. That same shade to create my sunken eyes. And now my edges are super obvious again. Next, I took a stipple sponge and tried to add some scratches and scrapes to my face and neck. To be honest, I wasn't too happy with how this looked and tried to fix it with fake blood later. Full disclosure, the original idea was to do something with infected veins and inflammation around the wounds to represent the spread of the zombie infection. But that didn't quite work out. But that's why I added the purple and black here. For the mouth, I drew in the shape of exposed teeth with eyeliner. And then fill them in with the white face paint from my Snazaroo palette. To make the teeth look like they've been exposed for a few days, I blended in different shades of yellow, green, and pink into the whites of the teeth. If you have to, further define the outlines of your teeth with the black and maroon shades from your Bruise palette. Lastly, add some Vaseline and fake blood to the inside of the wounds to make them look gooey and disgusting, and we're done! And that's the look! If you liked this video, please remember to thumbs up and subscribe. And hit the little notification bell because that lets you know whenever I post updates. If you don't like this video, please let me know why in the comment section down below. I always appreciate constructive criticism. As always, make sure to use a skin-safe dissolvent or makeup remover when removing your prosthetics. Don't rip it off because you run the risk of tearing off your own skin. If you haven't got enough of your zombie fix, there's a screening of Zombie Pura on the 11th of October at Scape. And a basic zombie makeup workshop held by the makeup artist of the movie on the 19th of October. And if that still doesn't satisfy all your zombie cravings, Zombieland 2 Double Tap premieres here in Singapore on Halloween. So until next time, hug your pets, have a plan for the zombie apocalypse, and embrace your inner weirdo. Brains.